Hey guys, let's have a look at WTI and let's also talk about something called composite profiles. I don't know if you guys are using them, but I find them incredibly useful. Now, I use composite profiles when I identify an area where there are multiple overlapping profiles, value, multiple areas of overlapping value. So that's just telling me that the market's balanced, it's in a bracket, it's stuck, and I want to try and just sort of make things clear for me visually and stop having to figure out where the edge of balance is based on yesterday's profile, the day before profile, and I'll want to clump it in together and just say, right, okay, this is the area of balance, and I can quite clearly define where the market might initiate away from value. So what I do is I'll merge the profiles, and this is how I do it. This is Sierra chart. So we're looking at May contract WTI here. This is back adjusted profiles. I like to use back adjusted profiles. So let me just reset the chart. So this is why I merge these profiles, because we've got, let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever that is. That's Sunday. 6, 7 sessions of balance. So what I'll do is I will identify those areas, particularly when it's very visually balanced. You know, this looks like to me that we're kind of just bracketing in here. So when I see that, I will look to merge those profiles. Now here we can see them balanced to the upside. We do have some areas of overlapping balance, definitely do here, and perhaps this one. No, maybe not this one. But this one here, we quite clearly, we've initiated away from that area and we've moved higher and we continue to the upside. The imbalance continues to the upside until it finds a response. I'm not going to amalgamate those ones, but you can do, perfectly justifiable. But what we're particularly looking for is an area where we've got overlapping value. Find that, clump it together, and you'll see that it makes things a lot easier for you. The same way we do for the weekly. We use the weekly, we use the weekly value area high, value area low, POC, all those key reference points, MGIs, market generated information. We use all that, and it makes things simpler for us on a Monday or a Tuesday when we're kind of trying to pick out signs about where the market might be going. So let's just go ahead and merge this profile, or these profiles, see how it helps us, if it helps us. Merge profile begin, merge profile end, and there you go. So we can see here the market's quite balanced, and that's why we've clumped it all together. And we can see here we've initiated away from value, we've moved away, we've come up to a prior area of value, the POC of this particular day, that was Tuesday. I wouldn't really say that that's value up there either. That market just probably opened, spent a lot of time balancing out here, and then all of a sudden it broke down to the downside. I wouldn't really say that that's any particular area of value, but we've got a very high volume node, very big volume node on the Tuesday. We've also got a low volume node on the composite. Now I'll talk about the composites in a minute. Now this is a merged profile. I call it composite profile. So we moved up to the POC, we found a response, and we ended up balancing a little bit. Perfectly acceptable, normal markets consolidating. Now it could break back to the downside or the upside, but on Monday it broke to the upside and it seemed to be consolidating close at the high. Now that for me is quite a bullish sign. I would have been looking for longs, but then what happens? The market just drifts back lower on Tuesday, and that's what's happened today, and that's where that's what we've been seeing in the overnight session. The overnight session, we've just seen it move all the way lower, despite us seeing a large draw again in the private inventories. But where do we see the market stopping? We see the market finding a little, having a little rest at the value area low. Now these are all areas that I tend to look at on the weeklies. Same thing goes for composites, just as important. I'm looking at value area lows, value area highs. I'm looking at highs, I'm looking at lows, I'm looking at POCs, all these areas. Look at the pivot today, it's bang on. It's pretty much bang on the POC from this balance area. So the market is initiated away, responded, come back, and now we're finding a little base at the value area low. Now, as I said, this is a composite profile. So composite pro. This is also a composite profile. Now these rather large profiles, they are slightly bigger composite profiles. You often see FT and John referencing composite high volume node. That is a composite high volume node. That is a composite low volume node. These are just bigger composites, normally 90 days. I use a quarterly one, primarily because I don't like seeing having too much data on my in the database, because it clogs up the machine. So I tend to keep things limited to 3 months. So that's kind of what I've got, and it seems, you know, kind of just. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. So we've gone through composites, how to make them, why I make them, the areas of balance, bring them together, make things a little bit clearer, use these key reference to identify areas of breakout, and when we're moving away from values. So you know, on this particular profile, you're looking at something like that. That's kind of area that somewhere around there. Ooh, not very good at drawing, sorry. Hopefully that helps with you to understand what's going on and how I use merged profiles. I'll be using these a little bit more now in my prep, just for you guys to understand why I'm doing that. I've been doing this forever. I just haven't been doing it as much since I've joined Convergent. I just want to make sure that everyone understands why I'm doing this. But I'm just identifying areas of balance. And then the large composites, they're just quite nice, and they work quite well as well, just to show the general trading picture. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I've used WTI to explain why and how I use composite profiles. Let's have a good day trading. Good luck.